What's going on, guys, and welcome to my Premier League 2022-23 season table prediction. Been looking forward to doing this one for a while. I didn't announce that I'd be doing it, but yeah, these will be coming every season basically. And I'm going to go from 20th to first place in that order, so bottom to top, and reveal who I think will finish where. And I'm going to do things like individual player awards in a separate video, because then it's just a extra bit of content that we can do that's not in the same video. Also, what I would like to point out as well is that if major transfers happen, other than the ones that we know about already, then I might redo this video nearer the time if certain players come in, because that can change where your team is or where I'll put a team in the table. So if there is a lot of transfers that I think are going to change people's positions and teams' chances, then I will do a updated version of this. But for now, this is what we got. So 20th place, I'm going with newly promoted Bournemouth. Under Scott Parker, who struggled with Fulham to keep them up and they got relegated. I think done a very good job getting promotion, obviously. They have a promising young winger in that Anthony. I know about him through FIFA, to be honest, but I know that he's being looked at quite a lot and has a lot of potential. And obviously Solanke, the former Liverpool striker, up top for them. But I think that they will struggle. I don't think they've got the depth needed. I think the fact that they've only got, I think it's like 11,500 capacity at their home ground, it's going to be tough for them to intimidate opponents, I think, and get the crowd behind them and put other teams off and the opposition off. But it's going to have to be good football, how Bournemouth played under Eddie Howe them years ago. If they've got a chance of staying up, it's just going to have to be through good football, I believe. So I don't think they got the squad to do it. So Bournemouth, rock bottom for me in 20th place. In 19th, I've gone for Fulham. Mitrovic having a magnificent season last year in terms of the top scoring charts. But he's done this before, and then they come up and he fails to do it at the same level as he has in the Championship. And it's a massive step up. I like that Wilson. I know about him and seen him for Wales. I like him a lot, but again, I don't think Fulham will have the depth, and I think defensively they will struggle. One that I would like to stay up, because they were one that I watched growing up a lot, but I just don't think they're going to have the overall quality, and I think Mitrovic will struggle again. So 19th place, Fulham. 18th place, I've gone for a little bit of a surprise for some people, but not for me, because I feel like, especially if they lose their key man, but I feel like they lack firepower up top anyway, and defensively they can be all over the place, and were at times last season. And that is Southampton. I'd like them to stay up, but I think Hasenhüttl did struggle last year, and they've shipped a lot of goals as well. So I think if Ward-Prowse leaves, they definitely will go down. If they keep him, though, I still think they could go down, even with Ward-Prowse. Because I think defensively they are a bit all over the place. And up top, I don't think they get enough goals. So Southampton are my final pick for relegation. 17th place, just clinging on for survival, I've gone with Leeds. Obviously, they did it on the last day of the season, just gone, survived. And I was glad they did. No, I want that Jesse Marsch to do well again, so I'd like them to have a better season if I'm honest, but I still think defensively, like Southampton, they can ship a lot of goals, and the style of football they play, even since Marsch has come in, is not, I don't think it's too much different to Bielsa. They're still very open and attacking, which I love to watch, but now we know that they're going to lose Rafinha. Can Bamford stay fit, because he missed most of the last season? Phillips as well, going out of injuries at different times. I know they've signed a couple players from Germany, but I think that they'll struggle again, but I do think that they're just about do enough. So I've gone Leeds, 17th place. 16th place, Everton. I just think that they will struggle again, like they did last season, but maybe slightly better. I think Gordon will have another good season. They need Calvert-Lewin to stay fit. And I think that they will just have the experience to stay up, basically. So I've gone with Everton, 16th. But a team like them, and with the history they've got, they should be aiming for higher than that. But I just feel like they're going to struggle a bit again. So 16th for Everton. 15th, I've gone for Nottingham Forest. I hope that they can finish even higher. I think that because they haven't experienced it, this set of players being up before, I think that they will probably be on it some weeks, and other weeks they'll get really shown the quality and step up from the league championship to the Premier League. I think that they will struggle at times, but I do see them getting results, so I do think they will survive. 15th, Nottingham Forest. Brentford, 14th. Frank, I think, has done a very good job there. Tony, whether he will stay or not, I think will be key as well. I think they will lose Eriksen as well, if he's not already finished his contract with them. There's a lot of talk that he might join Manchester United. I'd love him at United, Eriksen, but I feel like how our club is at the moment, it seems it doesn't matter what player goes there, they get dragged down into the mediocrity that is Manchester United at the moment. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with that one. But 14th place, I think, is a hard place to go to when they're at home. And they can definitely play good football at times. It's just defensively let themselves down as well sometimes. But I think they'll be all right. So 14th, Brentford. 13th, Crystal Palace. I love what Vieira's done since he's took over. Obviously, they won't have Gallagher this time, unless he can try and get him back. Elise, I'm looking forward to seeing a lot more of. Played for my local team, Reading, and then got snatched up. I can't wait to see more of Eze as well. I think they've got a lot of talented youngsters in their team and a good mixture of experience as well. So I think they'll do okay. 13th place, Crystal Palace. 12th place, I've gone for Wolves. I think they struggled last season to score enough goals, but I think that they will improve that this season. Defensively, I think they're always pretty sound and don't ship a ton of goals. It will just be on the fact of how high they finish up in terms of how many goals they score, because, as I said, defensively, I don't think that they ever really get run over. So it will just be about how much they can create and convert. I've gone with 12th place. I think that Bruno Lage has done a great job there as well. So 12th place, Wolves. 11th place, I've gone for Graham Potter's Brighton. Love the football they play at times, but then other weeks they can be total opposite and just not be at the races. But then sometimes they can also lose and be the better team. So they're a little bit of a roller coaster, but when they're on it, they're very effective. But I feel like they need a little bit more firepower for the goals. They rely a lot on Maupay and Trossard. And I think that they need an extra player there that can offer them some more goals. So I know they got Welbeck as well, but I still think that they need someone else too. So I've gone with 11th place, Brighton. 10th place, Aston Villa. Steven Gerrard last season going in there, and I thought he did a reasonably good job. I think it was a bit up and down with consistency, and I think that this season they will have a better season overall. And I think that he will know his squad better, and they will play and get more results than they did. So I'm going to go with 10th for Aston Villa. Newcastle United is a very interesting one that I'm looking forward to seeing, and I've gone with them in 9th place, creeping up slightly in the table. Yeah, just signed Nick Pope. I think that's a very shrewd bit of business. I think they paid pretty good money for him, to be honest. I think it was like, was it 10 or 11 million? I think that's a bargain for him. So I think that's a great bit of business for them. Be interesting to see if they get anyone else in. I think that they definitely will with the money they got. I think Bruno Guimaraes, he's going to have another good season, even more than he did when he came in, I think. I'm looking forward to him. Obviously got Dan Burn at the back to offer that a bit more assurity at the back. And I just see them having a better season overall. I think they're going to have more confidence. Joel Linton. Maximum as well. I think if Wilson can stay fit, I think they will do a lot better this year. I've gone 9th place, Newcastle. 8th place, I've gone for my club, Manchester United. Might seem a bit low to a lot of people, but I think it's going to take time under Ten Hag to get used to the football he wants to play, and the players to gel, and to get the right players in as well. That could take years. So I do think that we will struggle again. So I've gone with 8th place. I'm not happy about it, but I do think it's going to take time to improve. So 8th place, Manchester United. 7th place, I've gone Leicester City. Just a regular now of the Premier League. Fantastic owner. The way they run their club, the recruitment, they know what they're doing. Was in Europe last year as well. I think they'll continue it. So I do see them doing pretty well again. I've gone 7th place, Leicester. 6th place, I've gone Arsenal. I think Arteta did a very good job last season. It sort of nosedived the second half, but the first half I thought he did a great job of turning things around. And I think that they'll do okay again. But it's whether they can be a bit more consistent and to climb up to them higher spots in terms of 4th or 5th for me. But I've gone with 6 for Arsenal. 5th place, I've gone West Ham. Look, they had a great run in the Europa last year. I think if they get the recruitment right and players being brought in, I think if Declan Rice stays, I think that they will do well again. Antonio, I think he will step it up again. Fornals, if they keep the majority of the players they had last season, I see them doing something similar. So I've gone with 5th place, West Ham. 4th place, I've gone for Chelsea. Obviously, had a lot of stuff going on with Abramovich. They weren't allowed to buy anyone. The fans weren't allowed to go to games, etc. But now they have a new owner. They can buy players again. It's all depending on who they bring in. Lukaku just going out on loan to Inter again, I think, is a very positive for them. Because it wasn't working with him. And I think that's a good start for them. But it's going to be on the recruitment for me with Chelsea, who they get to bring in. I'm hearing that Ziyech is going out on loan. So we'll have to wait and see on who they bring in. But I've gone with 4th place under Tuchel. I think he's done a great job since he's gone in there. His back's been up against the wall a lot of time in terms of injuries and fixtures. It seems like every few days for them, more than other clubs a lot of the time last season. And they just got on with it. So I think they do okay. It's just going to depend on who they get to bring in, I think. So 4th place, Chelsea. Tottenham, I've gone 3rd place. Bit controversial for some, but I think Conte did a fantastic job when he came in last season. And Son, Kulusevski and Kane's partnership up top, I think, caused a lot of problems. And with a full season with them three, if they can all stay fit, I think they're going to cause most teams problems. And that's why I've put them this high up. And under Conte, obviously they've qualified for the Champions League this upcoming season. And I think that they will push on now, and I think that they will do well. And yeah, I've gone with them to finish even higher than they have done for a while. So they're kind of one of my dark horses. I think if they can, Romero can have a good season again at the back. And the defence do their job. The only thing I would question is Lloris in goal. I know they got that Forster from Southampton coming in, but I don't know if he's going to actually replace Lloris. I don't really rate Lloris, so that would be criticism of them. Like, I worry about that goalkeeping position. But up top, I think they're one of the best in the league. It's the midfield as well. Who are you going to have in the midfield to create a lot? So maybe they could get Eriksen back. We'll have to wait and see. But I think they do need a little bit of a creator in the midfield, because I feel like they have a lot of defensive players in the midfield at the moment. They need a little bit more of a number 10 for me. I know Kane can drop back and do that, but I think if you can keep him up higher all the time, you can have someone else do that job and just have him in the box scoring goals. So Tottenham, 3rd place. 2nd place, Manchester City. I think that obviously just won, they're the reigning champions. Probably should have gone further in the Champions League for me. Should have made it to the final for me. It's a tough one to call with them and Liverpool, it always is. But I think because they won it this season, just gone, I think that will light a fire under Liverpool to get one back on them. Haaland coming in, obviously, he's going to be a lot of people's pick in the fantasy. I personally think he's going to start slow, and I personally think that Núñez at Liverpool will have a better season than Haaland. But a lot of people think the opposite. So we'll have to wait and see on that. But that's one of the main reasons I've put Liverpool for champions as well, because I think Salah will continue his form. They've got Diaz with a full season ahead. I think he did extremely well when he came in halfway through the season. He's got a full season ahead of him. They've got Núñez to come and try it. They've got Jota and Firmino still. They've got a lot of depth in that attacking bit, in that attacking third. And I think Nunez will have a better season than Haaland. Controversially, we'll have to wait and see. But for that reason, I've gone with Manchester City second and Liverpool top to reclaim the title and knock City off their perch. So that is my table prediction for the upcoming season, guys, for the 2022-2023 season for the Premier League. Let me know yours in the comments. I'd be interested to see who you lot have and in what order. And as I said, I will be doing a separate video for the individual player awards. So let me know that in the comments when I do that as well. And as I said, we've got a new target, guys. We didn't make the 2,000 subscribers by the 1st of June, but we push on. We stay positive and we reach and set new standards and new goals. 1st of December is the new goal to reach 2,000. We've got by far enough time to reach it. So let's blaze past it. Let's not just reach it. Let's go past it. 2,000 subscribers by the 1st of December is the new target, guys. So make sure you're subscribing and the notifications are switched on. And I'll see you guys soon.